Hello, it's about time we did some cooking in the van, and have we got a treat today? Now, to make this, I suggest Warburton's bread because I'm a bit biased. I love Warburton's bread. It's just how bread should be, nice and moist, and you know. So anyway, let's get cracking cooking some food. The thing we do need to do three pieces of bread, and then I've put the heater on as well. It's freezing. Anyway, sleeves up, crust off. Now then, that can go for the birds. Right, so what we've got to do is chop the bread. You want like soldier size. You know, like you're going to dip it in an egg. Just cut it all up nicely. Doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't matter because we're going to add water to it, so we're going to make that. What you want to do, add a bit of water, right, and we want the consistency of like an apple sauce, if you will. Now what we're doing, we're just getting it to a nice consistency. What this is going to do with the bread and the water is it's going to add to the overall moisture of the dish, right? So don't be afraid to add more water if you have to do. So we need a little bit more water in that. Just don't put too much in to start with, and you can always add more rather than take it away, because otherwise you'd have to start adding more bread. Oops. What you could do is just leave it for 5 minutes just to soak all the water up, and then I'll try and show you the consistency we want. Right, so that's what we're looking for. Right, so that's what we're looking for. We're going to put the spaghetti in there. Right, let's do the onion. So we've got onion and garlic. A good knife is always a good thing to have. Open the bin. Now when you chop it in half like that, it's easy peel. There you go. There's only breadcrumbs on this board, so I'm not bothered about that, because it's all going to get mixed together. Now then, Sue is not keen on chilies, or chilli, right? But I have got some crushed chilies that are going in this dish, so I'm not going to put so many in. So the amount I put in, she might not notice that there's any in. It's not she doesn't like them, she's just not keen on spicy food. Right, onions, the best way to do this, I'll try and do it so you can see. You want them nice and thin if you can. Oops. I went right through it then. Right, it's too hard doing it like that. Well, I know it's a lot of faffing about, but what an easy, simple dish it is. It's just a preparation, just does take a bit of time. Once you've got the preparation right, the results are well worth it. I promise you'll like it. Sue loves spaghetti bolognese, so I thought, well, I'll do spaghetti bolognese, but I'll just give you a bit of a twist. So what's going to happen is we're going to add the ingredients together in a bit, the bread, the onion, the garlic, but we're going to fry the onion. Just give them a bit of a more chop. We're going to fry the onion and the garlic. You know, just get rid of the, sweat it off a bit. Right, we want 2 cloves of garlic. We are using garlic infused olive oil. So there is already garlic in there, but anyway. And the best way I found to do garlic, chop the top off, chop the bottom off, and then cut it in half. And then it should just peel off. There you go. So, top off, bottom off, cook it, peel off. There you go. I put the rubbish in the bin. I'm glad I got this over cupboard bin. It's coming very handy. Right, so we're going to chop the garlic up properly. Nice and thin. All in pieces. I'm making sure that you can see what I'm doing. I want to eat it now, that's the problem. I can smell it now, it's good. Chop it all up. Like I say, a good knife is a must. Right, put it in there. So we're sticking this with the onion and we're going to fry these together. Right? So let's fry them together. Where's my frying pan? Frying pan. Heat on. We want front one, that one. Right, we don't want it on high. So it's a beautiful meal. It's a beautiful meal, right, and it's dead easy to do. So, olive oil. I don't know why they make them struggle to open them if you've got no nails. Anyway, so generous amount of olive oil. It's good for you, remember, olive oil. Heat the oil, or a wooden spatula. Right, so we're getting there. While that's doing, we'll get the mince. Where's me? Had a dish somewhere, or a bowl. There we go. Right, so this is minced beef. This is it's Irish beef, lean steak mince. So I want all of that in this bowl. Right, that'll go in a separate bin. And what you do with this, or what I do with it, spread it out, right, all along the side of the bowl. Right, before I touch anything else, I'm going to wash my hands, because obviously this is beef, so just bear with me. Right, hands washed. Right, salt and pepper. And the reason you plonk it all up the side of the bowl is so you can actually get your salt and pepper in it. That's the idea. Right. Now I think that's hot enough. So let's get the onion in. So that's the onion and the garlic. Do you know, I wish you could have smelly vision. Chilies. Now Sue's not keen on these, so I'm not going to put so many in. You can probably hear the heater going, but I'll be turning it off in a bit because it'll get too hot with all the cooking. So I would say that's more than enough. Right? That's doing great. Right. Put these in the cupboard. Right, so what I want to do now is add the bread mix. Put them together and wash all them. So when the onion and the garlic have, you know, sautéed a bit, we're going to add that to this mix, and we want an egg. Now that you don't have to have an egg, I just think it helps to bind things together, and so that's the idea of the egg. Right, towel. You can do this with your hands, but because I'm going to touch the utensils, I don't want to do it with my hands yet. I'll wait while I put the onion and the garlic in. So, with what I'm doing, I might have to do two lots of cooking this. Anyway, you'll see in a minute. So all we're doing is just mixing everything up, so it's all, everything gets mixed up together. And the bread and the water just adds to the juiciness when it's cooked. Turn these about. Right, what I'll do, I have to wear my glasses. I'll, when the onion and the chilli and the garlic is ready to go in there, I'll bring you back and you'll see. Right, we're ready now. So we can turn that off. What's that one? Right. I'm going to put this in here. I'll use the wooden spatula because I'll get into trouble in the comments for using metal on metal. And don't forget, it's olive oil that we've cooked them in, so it's good for you, so don't worry about that. And a nice non-stick pan makes a difference, I'll tell you. Can't get that out. Anyway, don't forget that we've just cooked them onions, so they're going to be hot. So just mix them with the meat, and then you can dive in with your hands. You know, you're going to cool it down a bit if you will. And then we'll give everything a good mix. So I'll just give that a second or two for the onions to cool down a bit. Right. So that's what we've got. So now dive in and mix it all up. Get to the bottom, bring it to the top, and give it all a good mix. And don't be frightened of getting your hands in there. You want to mix the egg. You want to mix all the ingredients together. The bread, the water, the garlic, the onions, the salt, the pepper, it all wants mixing in. Right? So every bite you get has got a piece of everything in it. Now I told you Sue's not so keen on the chilli, so we've only put a few in, so she might not notice her there. It just adds to the flavour, you know. Not that you need it, because I love beef steak anyway, but anyway. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to have to touch, we're going to wash my hands first. So, put the gas on again. We're going to put it on a bit low again. We don't need it blasting. That looks alright. In fact, no, we'll turn it off. We'll turn it off till we're ready. Right, let's get the new one, yeah. Let's get the spaghetti in. The water's boiling. So I'm making this meal for 4. There's 4 of us going to eat this, so some will eat more than others. That should do. And we're going to round it all off. I don't like Parmesan cheese, so we're going to round it off. It says Garstang because we shop local if we can. I do like Aldi's cheese, but anyway, we bought this from Garstang. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get the meat, we're going to make golf ball sized portions, if you will. Just like that. About a golf ball size. Bit much there. So however many you can make. In fact, they need to be tightly squeezed really, just to keep them together. Right, and before I do anything else, sorry, I'm going to have to go wash my hands. So, gas on. Remember, we don't want it too high. It's not, we're not in a rush to cook anything. You know, I bought a nice big pan and it's gone. I don't know where. Anyway, so yeah, if you get nice pans for your van, they disappear, everybody nicks them. So we've got, get another fork. Right, we'll just spin this round. See if we can just turn it over a little bit. Do you know, I wish you had smelly vision. Can you imagine that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 7. So if there was 2 of you, that's more than enough. But I have to cook for 4, so that's why we're doing 2 batches. So it makes no difference. Once you've made this, you know, if you make too many, you can actually freeze the mix. Make it into the balls and then freeze it. And there's no reason why you can't do that. So right, when they're cooked a bit better, I'll bring you back and we'll show you the rest of the procedure. It's turning them over constantly. I want them brown all over. Sue's not finished work yet, so they're going to go in the oven. Only on a low heat. But I like well done meat, and so does Sue. And my mother does and Brenda does, so that's what we're going to do. You see me now? I'm going to put them in a, you know, I've got an old Pyrex dish I'm going to put them in. And I'll stick them in the oven and I'll just leave them, keep them warm till Sue comes home. But what that'll do, the juices will flow through it and it will just keep slowly cooking. And then obviously it's ready for when Sue finishes them. And then I can plate it up. But hey, it's a lovely sight. So if you've got any spare time, what's it took me? I know I kept turning you off and washing my hands and this and that. I couldn't wash my hands in the van because obviously I've drained it for winter. We are on the driveway, so we're not anywhere special. I just wanted to do it in the van for you. But anyway, yeah, so we'll put it in the Pyrex dish, stick it in the oven, and then everything's ready to go then. I wish you could smell it, I really do. But anyway, it'll keep the juices. I know Gordon Ramsay keeps cooking it and it's like raw meat in the middle, and I don't like anything like that. I like it well done. I always have. So I'll wait while these lot are done. I'll put them in the Pyrex dish, stick them in the oven, get the rest cooking, get them in the Pyrex dish, and then just leave the oven on low, and then the spaghetti will be ready, and then we're ready to go. Now then, what we should be doing is solely cooking these on the hob, right, then add the sauce, wait a few minutes and then serve everything. But because I wanted to get it all ready for when Sue finishes work, we can't do that, so we'll just get it in this Pyrex dish. I've made these massive, to be honest. I could have done with them a bit smaller, but anyway, ain't no difference. Just try and split them up a bit. Heat gets all the way around them. There we go. Right, and in the oven they go. Let's get the oven lit. We'll put it on get it on a low type of a heat. There we go. Right, we'll stick these in the oven. The good thing is I know they're going to be thoroughly cooked. I'll leave them for about 20 minutes, half an hour. There you go. So if I'd have done it all in one, this would have been ready to serve, but you know, you can't have everything. Sue's still at work, so the good thing is with spaghetti, you can just turn it off, turn the fan off. Right, obviously the good thing is, cooking as I'm doing now, it's cheap as chips. We're using safe fill gas, it's LPG. I did get the bigger bottle than standard, so it's probably about £7–8 to fill up. But anyway, it's, you know, as opposed to £30-odd to fill up. So we're cooking for nothing really. Now then, we're nearly there. What's the pan? So what we're going to do, we're going to light this, and the reason for it, I just want to heat the sauce through. I want to heat the sauce through before I put it on the, you know, the meatballs, because obviously the Pyrex dish it's in is hot, so I don't want to put a cold liquid onto the Pyrex dish. So that's the only reason why I'm heating it on here. So a couple of minutes heating that, and then I will pour it on. And I can't wait. Where's a plate? Some plates. So let's I'll turn that up a bit. Right, so what we're doing, we're reheating the spaghetti. So we want that nice and piping hot. Right, let's get the Pyrex dish out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this sauce onto the meatballs, put it back in the oven, probably about another 10 minutes just to absorb all the sauce and everything else, and then we can serve. Look at them. Let's turn them over. I'm going to cut one in half just to make sure that they are cooked all the way through, because I have made these a bit big really, but it makes no difference. It's the first time I've ever cooked this. Not the first time cooking spaghetti bolognese, it's the first time cooking with meatballs like this way. So anyway, let's cut one in half. And we'll have a look, make sure. Look at that. Now to me, how you can see that is cooked all the way through. That's perfect. That is exactly as I wanted it. Turn this sauce down a bit. Don't want it that hot. I'll get some light on. Now we can see. Right, so this is warming up nicely. I want that hot before I pour it in there. Smithy, don't use metal on a... Right, I'm listening. I've got the wooden one, sorry. I forget me. So we're just nicely warming this up. I don't want to take a risk of that exploding. It probably won't explode, but I don't want to take the risk. So that's the reason why we're doing it the way we're doing it. Probably take about 5–10 minutes for the spaghetti to heat up. So it's a big pan of spaghetti. There's a lot of water in it, so it'll take its time boiling. We're just going to let that boil up and pour it onto the kind of meatballs. Can you see them? Let's have a look. Look at that. Now that's food. Oops. I have been putting the fan on. And just to get the... But if I do it, you won't hear me, so anyway. Turn it up a little bit. It's not going to be a shock to the Pyrex dish then when it's hot. That's the reason I'm doing it. Right, let's nicely pour this. All over there. Right, I'd say back in the oven 5-10 minutes and then we'll serve. Guess what? We're ready for plating up. Oven off. Oh, look at that. That's how it should be. Right, gas off. Right, we want one of these. Right, drain a bit. Lovely. Right, let's get a couple of these. Right, spoon, because we want some sauce. Now then. That just tops it off. Oh, look at that. Now then, I want these to be juicy, that was the idea. Oh. Oh. You know what? Oh, I could sell that recipe. I wish you could taste it and smell it and just have another piece. You see what it is. You have to wait, Sue. Try and get a bit of spaghetti. Oh. Even though I made them meatballs quite big, beautiful. Next time I do it, I'll do them smaller. A lot smaller. But hey. Oh, that's beautiful. And that sauce, you can't beat dolmio. Anyway, I'm going to eat this. I'm not going to let you suffer any longer. You've been cooking with Smithy and his Kontiki. Hey, stay safe, be lucky, and Smithy and his Kontiki, I'll see you shortly. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've done my best. We've done some cooking. Oh, and it's beautiful. Hey, see you soon.